Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your 2024 forecast. This is for Virgo and Virgo rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Virgo. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it offers a lot more depth to your reading. So, Virgo, here we are, 2024. 2024 is an excellent year. You are going to be, there's so much goodness happening for Virgos. I love 2024. It is a year where we have some really great eclipses. We have some really wonderful, excellent new moons. Some of the best I've seen in years. We have some really great full moons. And 2024 is the year of conjunctions. Conjunctions galore. Now, in astrology, the easiest way to explain it is conjunctions are like the highest degree of like auspicious aspects, okay? It is very, very nice. They are especially nice, and we're having so many great ones in 2024. You have absolutely no idea. It is some that we haven't seen in 13 years. I mean, this is like really crazy. So I want you to get really excited. 2024 is going to be a big year of milestones. And just to let you know, Virgo, if you are here for career, there you go. The best career year since you've had since 2012. Okay. Since 2012, 2013. Think about around that time. If you're not here for career, this is your 10th house we're talking about. Okay, Jupiter will be entering your 10th house. So it's public recognition, it's fame, it's honors, it's achievement, it's social status, leadership, all of that. And so you are going to be in the spotlight. Looking at what's going on for y'all, this is going to be a really big year for you. Now, 2024, I've been comparing to 2024 is like the middle child of 2023 and 2025. And the reason, there's many reasons why. One, there's a sense of like independence, right? Especially as Pluto will be moving into Aquarius. We'll talk about that later. And Aquarius is a sign of being very independent. It's also a year where you're just going to be learning a lot on your own and taking a lot of action. And as a middle child, you'll be getting away with a lot of things. And so I absolutely love 2024. I really love it for you. It's also like there's going to be a lot of you just having this imaginative, just being very creative. We're going to begin. Actually, okay, so what I'm going to do is before I even get to your spread, I'm going to tell you two things. One, everything that I just said about 2024, I can't say the same for 2023. 2024 is going to really determine where you are in 2025. That's why I'm including 2023 and 2025 in this reading, okay? Or just in this analogy, just, before we get to your spread. But, and I can't say the same for 2023 because 2024 has significantly bigger aspects, very auspicious, mind-blowing aspects, and we'll talk about it. But what I want you to know is 2025 is going to be a really big for you, Virgo, okay? Really big for you. Really, really, absolutely enormous. It's going to be a big year in general. 2025 is, some may say it's the most important year of the decade. Okay, it is that big of a year, and the reason why is because there's so much happening. The first thing that's happening is like we do have a Mars retrograde. We have another Venus retrograde in 2025. We also have the changing of the nodes. That's a big thing for you because the South Node is moving into your sign, Virgo, 2025. It's going to be a big year for you. Trust me, it's going to be a big year. But the biggest thing of 2025 is that all the outer planets are shifting in just that year, okay? In just that year. Neptune, which has been in Pisces since 2011, is finally changing, okay? Moving into Aries. Guess who else is moving into Aries? Saturn. Saturn's moving into Aries. So as you can see, I'm not even done. Uranus, which has been in Taurus since 2018, moving into Gemini. This is a big deal. And as we know, Pluto will have already moved into Aquarius for 2024. And the last thing is Jupiter's moving into Cancer, where it's exalted. So 2025, as you can see, is really big. So a lot of things, again, your life is going to change in 2024. Again, really big with career, really big with money. 2024 is going to be a big money year for you. Looking at what's going on for y'all, there is going to be a lot of that. 2023, here's the thing. 2024, if you're into numerology, it's an 8-year, okay? 2024 is a year of 8. What is 8? Wealth, abundance, success. All right. And if 2023 was 7, that was a year of introspection. And that was very true for Virgos. Virgos, you had Jupiter in your 9th house for most of the year. That's spirituality, your belief system, all of that, right? But then Venus was retrograde in Leo in your 12th house for a long time. And so while other planets were retrograde, so that's your subconscious. So you were going through a lot of like personal transformation, spiritual transformation, spiritual growth, and you're going to see a lot more of that in 2024. Now, before I get to your spread, I'm going to give you one key highlight of every month. We're just going to touch upon it real quick, just to give you an idea of what you can expect. And what I'm doing is I'm going to give you highlights. So this is just a big highlight for every month. Okay. And then I'm going to do your spread. Then I'm going to break it down by quarter, by season, and then tell you the best dates you can look forward to, Virgo, and some dates that I want you to pay attention to just in general for Virgos. Okay. So every reading is going to be different for every sign, obviously, but you know, I'm going through and picking out the best ones for you and the most important, significant ones. Again, just looking at what's going on for Virgos, your life is going to change and you're going to have like this serious approach to partnerships, relationships, big time in 2024 as well. Now, January, Pluto moving into Aquarius. Huge, major, huge. We got a preview of it in 2023. It's officially moving into Aquarius in 2024. It's going to retrograde for a little bit in Capricorn, like toward the end of the year, but I wouldn't even worry about that. Just consider it's officially going to be like in Aquarius for 20 years. Now, why is this a big deal? Because, oh my goodness, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was 250 years ago. So this is a big thing for humanity. All right. This is a big thing. Not everyone that lives on this planet gets to experience Pluto in Aquarius. We get to experience Pluto in Aquarius. And speaking of humanity, Aquarius is a sign of humanity. So just going to leave it out there. We're going to talk about that more. I'll probably do a separate video. I did a reel on my Instagram. If you want to check that out, it's pinned at the top, where I do talk about Pluto in Aquarius and the significance of it. It's pretty significant. Now, in February, Mars and Venus, I love it, conjuncting in Aquarius. This is going to be, again, a really big thing for you, especially because Aquarius represents your 6th house. So that is not only like everyday activities, your routines or habits, also health, even pets, but also work and labor. And again, remember, we're going to talk about what's happening for you for career later, but keep that in mind. That's going to be really important for you for the next 20 years. It's going to be something that you're thinking a lot about. That's going to be, it's going to be very impactful, and you're going to start feeling it in the beginning because, you know, January, we already enter Aquarius season. And so now we got Mars and Venus in Aquarius conjuncting Pluto. So again, you'll feel a lot of that, especially because Virgo, the 6th house, you are the native ruler. There we go. 2024, again, big year for you. Now, March, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra. Again, really big. We'll talk about this. This is your 2nd house of salary and income. All right. Now, April and May are the 2 biggest months of 2024. And yes, definitely take notes if you're, because this is all to help like guide you and prepare you and, you know, around some of these key dates, which I'll tell you later when I break it down. It's really, you want to use these dates to your advantage. Now, April, the biggest thing, one of the biggest things, there's actually a couple big things. First one, we have a solar eclipse in Aries. This one is huge, and I'm going to tell you why later, but this one is absolutely big. This is in your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth, life cycles. Huge, huge, huge. Also, remember how I said money's a big thing for you? The fact that this is your 8th house. So Aries is your 8th house. And so I already said 2024 is a year of 8. So if you're into numerology, there you go. This is going to be a powerful day for you. Money, wealth, success, Now, new moons. This is a new moon solar eclipse. And so this is like new moon times like 8,000, okay? 8,888 being in your eighth house. So other people's resources. You could, this is inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, making money through other resources. You could open an Airbnb empire. Who knows? You do you, Virgo. Now, the biggest day of the year and arguably of the decade of the past 5 years, Jupiter conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. Okay. Huge. It's been 13 years. Okay. So we'll talk about that later. This is like your life is going to start changing around now. All right. Now in May, I do love the Sun and Venus both conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. We'll talk about that later. The other big thing that's happening in May is that this with the Sun conjuncting Jupiter. That's the best day of the year, the luckiest day of the year. Remember, Jupiter is a planet of good luck, good fortune, prosperity, expansion, profit, right? So this is amazing. And then Jupiter moves into Gemini, and that is when you will start feeling all that energy in your career. So out of all the signs, out of all 12 zodiac signs, Virgos will have the best career year that they've had in the past 12 years. Okay. And that extends up until May 2025. So it's not just 2020, it's up until mid 2025 as well. Actually, June 2025 when I think about it. So again, if you're not here for career, it's how you want to be perceived. And remember, Jupiter is a planet of good luck and good fortune, prosperity, expansion. So that's already great. Now in June, Jupiter trining Pluto, we come to the best money day of the year. Now, July, I love Mars conjuncting Uranus and Taurus. This is absolutely amazing. A lot of things with spirituality that are still happening, mostly in the first half of 2024. And it's not just exclusive to spirituality, your belief system, but also education. Some of y'all could be going back to school, learning new things, maybe ending school and starting your careers. Do you see how there's that transition there? Some of y'all could actually start writing a book or find a lot of activity in publishing, okay? Because Jupiter, again, in ninth house is publishing. So book, maybe starting a website, a blog, something with publishing there. And it also rules long distance travel. So a lot of y'all could be doing these really nice spiritual journeys to Bali or whatnot. Now, if you're not into travel, just possibly like fascination with like things, foreign cultures, working with people overseas. That is a big thing. Anyway, well, let's go, moving on to August. This is one of my favorite new moons in August. It's in Leo. All right. Now in September, we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Whoo! This one is really big. This is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Again, we'll talk about that later. October, we have another solar eclipse in Libra again. So remember, we had a lunar eclipse. Now we have a solar eclipse in Libra. So again, hey, a lot of movement with money, wealth. All right, money and wealth. And November, I love the fact that the sun is trining Saturn and Mars, and then December we have this really amazing great full moon in Gemini. So again, that is going to affect career matters as well as, you know, public recognition, but also fame. A lot of y'all are actually going to become really famous. I hope you know that, Virgo. I hope you know that you're going to become the next Beyonce, right? The fellow Virgo. Okay, so and if not like world famous, it's going to be like within your industry, or if you are here for career, or, you know, maybe even your community, maybe even in your neighborhood. It's whatever resonates with you, okay? Because every Virgo is different. So now with every year, you know, there are some challenging aspects, and we do have some challenging aspects in 2024. We have a couple Jupiter Saturn squares, and then Mars and Saturn squares. There's a couple full moons that I want you to watch out for, and then we also have Mars going retrograde in December. We don't even have to worry about that. That's a year from now. Okay. So we'll talk about that when we get to that time. But as you can see, the first 6 months are unarguably better than the last 6 months, because also the last 6 months is when we start moving into retrograde season. So definitely mark the dates in your calendar when I get to them, because you definitely want to take advantage of this. So let's do it, Virgo. With that said, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for 2024. Again, this is for Virgo and Virgo rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you are absolutely welcome to. But Virgo, I am very excited for you. I am very excited to see what is going on for Virgos. Now, Virgo, like I said earlier, oh my gosh, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cult across spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. So secondly, Virgo, like I said earlier, after this is your spread for the year, okay? Remember that. And then after this, I'm pulling a lot more cards and then breaking it down seasonally for you to expect what you can expect for every season. And you're good. I don't even know what to say, but you are really good. You're really good. By the way, there is a new moon in Sagittarius that's also one of the best of the year, and we'll talk about that. Wow. Wow. Okay. You're really good. Let's get started. You got the Knight of Cups. There you go. When I talk about that partnership energy, Saturn in Pisces is going to, Saturn went into Pisces in 2023, right? But then as soon as it went into Pisces, there was like almost like a trap door, and then it went retrograde for a good time of the year. But then Saturn finally went direct last month, but then you have to let it wake up a little bit. And so 2024, you're going to definitely feel a lot more Saturn in Pisces, and that's just you being a lot more serious, taking on a little bit more responsibilities, even when it comes to partnerships and relationships. So there you go. You got the Knight of Cups. Okay. The reason why I mentioned that is because not only is Saturn and Pisces in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, you can see this knight here extending his cup. And so he definitely wants, there's this element of him wanting to share this cup with someone. Okay. But secondly, the Knight of Cups is Pisces. So you see how this is a big deal for you. Okay. So really love this for you. Now, when I say partnerships, relationships, that's whatever resonates with you. Looking at what's going on. Yes, a lot of it will be career related. So new company, new boss, just think partnerships. Maybe if you're a CEO, entrepreneur, you could be partnering up with another company, bringing someone in, but there's got to be some emphasis there. Now, if you're not here for career, this is also love and romance, especially with the Knight of Cups, okay? Because cups are emotions and feelings and whatnot. But this is really great. And if you're not here for love or career, he just wants to be emotionally fulfilled. He just wants to be emotionally fulfilled. So he's seeking that. And, just like Pisces, they're like so much imagination, so much compassion, just like the Knight of Cups. And he is like really into the arts and very romantic. He is the knight in shining armor. But even still, it's just indicating that a lot of y'all could have already moved into it. You could have already moved into a new relationship, new partnership, taken one to the next level. And now you're like, I really love this. And I really want to take this far. And so there could be a lot of activity there. Okay. Again, whatever resonates with you, it can even be BFF energy. All right. Your best friend, or, the Scooby-Doo to your Shaggy, the Romy to your Michelle. Okay. Now you get the Eight of Wands and the heart of your spread. That's why I mentioned Sagittarius earlier, because this card is attributed to Sagittarius. Now, two things here. One, this card is, come on, you see the wands completely aligned. So everything is going to start aligning for you in 2024. In fact, they will be aligned for you. You have a great year. And again, there are so many great aspects happening in 2024 for you, particularly Virgo. So I really love that. Now, the other thing is wands, your passions. Okay. Creativity, ideas. So a lot of ideas that you have could take off and land. And so really love that for you. The second thing, wands, yes, enterprise related. All right. So jobs, career, work. This is really great. It's only 1 and 2 cards in all of tarot. There's no figure. There's no person. There's nothing but just 8 wands zipping through the air. There's a lot of enthusiasm with this card, a lot of energy with this card, a lot of just like enthusiasm with this card as well. And so everything starting just aligning for you in 2024. Absolutely amazing. Now, you did get the 4 of Wands. So this is very interesting because the 4 of Wands came in your challenge area. So there could be something that you're really shooting for like a milestone. Okay. And the biggest energy coming through for me is that Saturn and Pisces energy where, you know, Saturn is a planet of hard knocks. And so Saturn does tend to make things a little bit like it makes you work harder for things. Okay. And again, remember, this is regarding partnerships and relationships for you. And this card heavily has that, you know, you see that they're about to get, you know, it's all about celebration, represents like proposals, marriage, even like, you know, landing a job. Just think milestones, right? But there's a heavy domestic element to this card. So like moving into a new home or whatnot, like that could be, you know, a big thing for you as well, especially through Sagittarius season. But even still, it seems like it just may have to put a little bit more effort and work into it. Again, Saturn, sure, makes things a little bit like more challenging. It's a planet of restrictions, but and we do have a lot of Saturn squares, which I'll tell you about later. But at the same time, Saturn is all about karma, so it rewards you at the end once you get through it all. All right, so again, every Virgo is different. Everyone's going to experience. Every Virgo is going to have different experiences, but look at the rest of your spread. It just seems like you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. It's just going to be around these squares where you may just have like moments of like, but there you go. I mean, 10 of Pentacles in your crown. This is a card. Remember, I talked about money and wealth for you. Okay. Not only is 2024 the year of 8, but for you particularly, like it's a big thing, especially with the North Node in your 8th house of other people's money, which is inheritance, which is highly associated with this card. You see, it's raining pentacles in the form of the tree of life. This is absolutely amazing. This is prosperity. This is the you made it card. Look how comfortable they are. Look how happy they are. All right. Look at how big their castle is. You even still see the harvest in this card, the abundance. You're good. You're good. So keep your head in the game, keep your eyes on the prize, and just continue to go down that path where, you know, you are moving into this place of abundance that you want in your life. And it seems like it is very money related because you've got the 8 of Pentacles now. This is really big because these are 2 Virgo cards. Okay. This is actually Sun in Virgo, by the way. And so with the 8 of Pentacles and the root of your spread, oh my goodness. And now the 8 of Pentacles, yes, you are going to be, remember what I said about this with, you know, any sort of milestones that you're seeking for 2024, you may have to work a little bit harder for it. But at the same time, you will. He is the hardest working person. And look at him. He's removed himself from the village to be like laser focused. Remember I said, having your eyes on the prize, head in the game. That is what he's doing. And he's got a lot of passion. He's working toward his legacy. He wants to get to this point. This is a card of legacy. Okay. Whether career, whether family, but a lot of, again, inheritance, and inheritance, sure, in terms of money, but also like you could be inheriting a house. You could be endless possibilities here. But you're good here. I love this. I absolutely love this. You're going to be absolutely fine because you also have the Ace of Swords in your future. There you go. There you go. Huge breakthrough. I mean, this is I mean, you see the crown, a lot of victory in this card, a lot of success. Swords are the mental suit. So a lot of it's like mental breakthroughs, like things that you've like may have been like, that have been challenging, maybe like deeply rooted too, like subconscious. But there's aces usher a new change, right? And swords are all about change too. At the core of this card is all about truth. It's all about, you know, living your authentic life and enjoying it and feeling empowered. And this is absolutely amazing. Contracts for sure, definitely happening here. You have the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So there could be some big contracts, and there are a lot of opportunities for you, particularly in 2024, to sign new contracts. Okay, so again, it can be home, it can be career, it can be, but it's whatever resonates with you. But you're good. Virgo, let's get to your stuff. Virgo, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what's going on. Tell me what you want for 2024. And I hope you're manifesting every day. You want to manifest every day, and you're good. You're good. Virgo, I can't even like. Whew. There's a lot of things that will be ending for you, a lot of new beginnings for you, especially because you got the Ten of Swords. And so where it does fall in your spread, it is asking you to two things here. The first thing is this is saying that you could have been going through a lot. And again, I would not be surprised with the fact that Jupiter and Neptune and all those planets were retrograde, but also with just Jupiter retrograde in your ninth house as spirituality and, you know, your belief system and your values and whatnot. There could have just been a lot going on up here. And again, remember with the Venus retrograde in Leo, that was a big thing. That was your 12th house of the subconscious. So this is a year where you're just like, I would advise you, the best thing is moving forward, learning from all the challenges that you did go through, okay? Learning from all the challenges that you may have had in 2023. And I know that's such a lot. That's 365 days to think about. But the things that really, really had an impact on you, again, maybe on a really deep subconscious level, it could have even been just like burnout energy. There could have been some points where you're just like, oh my goodness, this is so stressful. Like those are the moments where once you move past it, just don't move past it. Learn from it, okay? And the reason I say that is because, A, this is a 10, so 10 is the end. So this is all over, and it can all come to a close if you allow it. In order to allow it, you have to learn from what are these things that had you struck down, right? Because you see the man's hand gesture, same hand gesture as the Hierophant. Okay, so almost like blessings here, but again, learning from it's going to make all the difference, because once you learn from it, you don't have to go through those experiences again. And so a lot of it's just like letting things go, especially on a subconscious level. Now, the other thing is, this is the card of new dawn, so those dark clouds are actually clearing to let that sun come through. 1-0. This is a 10. 1-0 equals 1, new beginning. So learn from anything that was challenging for you. Okay. And again, it seems like this is a year where, with Pluto moving into Aquarius, it's how you handle it. I want to make that very clear too. Pluto in Aquarius, sure, Pluto is all about empowerment. It's all about change. It's all about control. It's a lot of things, and we'll talk more about it. But at the same time, Pluto is a really powerful planet. Sure, it's a dwarf planet, but it packs a huge punch. And so Pluto asks you, are you going to fear me, or are you going to own me? All right. And so you want to own Pluto. And the reason I say that is because, remember, I said Pluto in Aquarius moving into your 6th house, and you are the native ruler of that. You did get the 10 of Wands. All right. So the 10 of Wands is in your external factors area, you could be working really hard this year. You have the Eight of Pentacles, and now you have the Ten of Wands. You have the Eight of Wands, two Sagittarius cards. And with the Four of Wands in your challenge area, some of this, again, a lot of partnership, relationship I mentioned earlier, but now we're looking at a lot of home-related matters could be a big thing for you. Some of y'all could really want to move. Some of y'all could really want to move, maybe move in with a partner that you've been seeing or dating, or maybe that is something that you want for 2024. Maybe you've retired. Maybe you're looking to buy a property. There's a lot of energy coming through around that. And, this is all, fourth house stuff anyway, which is your domestic sector. But anyway, even still, this is saying just like, there is going to be a sense, you got two tens here, okay? So there is going to be a sense of like letting some things go in 2024, like releasing a lot of burden so you don't get burnt out. So you see some of like, so you see a lot clearer, right? And you can even see here, he is just so, remember I said 2024 is like feeling a lot more independent. Talk about independent, like he doesn't want any help, but those ones are heavy and he's basically breaking his back. Okay. The other thing is when you carry that many wands, you can see he can't even see where he's going. So just be mindful of not working too much, of taking on too many responsibilities for 2024. Okay. Now you got the Nine of Pentacles. Why is this a big deal? I'm going to tell you why it's a big deal. Well, you got the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. 3 Virgo cards. Yep, you did. You did. Now, Nine of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo. So, hey, there you go. Love it. So there is, again, referring to 2024 and my analogy of 2024 being the middle child of 2023 and 2025, that independence, right? I grew up a middle child. So listen, this is that independence that comes with this card. This is, a lot of self-sufficiency energy here. She's worked hard to get to this point and now she's reaping her rewards, but also look, all the abundance, all the money, all the wealth. Okay. A lot of spiritual enlightenment with this card as well. Okay. So I really love this for you. It's almost like that's the goal, is like getting to a point, and you may just work really hard so you don't have to work hard. All right. For a lot of Virgos. But there is a sense of just feeling liberated, not having to worry about anything like, or stress about money or anything like that. So Venus, by the way, is doing a lot of changing around throughout the year, and Venus will move into Pisces at one point this year, which I really love. Venus will move, and that is again your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, what I really love. But yeah, this is just so much abundance, and again, money is going to be a big thing for you. All right, even other people's money. All right, for 2024, and then you have the King of Cups in your final outcome, the most emotionally stable king. I mean, you can even see his throne is literally on top of water. Look how turbulent that water is. Nothing is going to knock him off that throne. And so the King of Cups, very, very like intuitive. Again, that's going to be a big thing for you, especially the first half of 2024. But this is you just getting to a point where you don't have to stress. You don't have to worry. Like you are going to be emotionally like good with everything. Okay. You're going to be emotionally good with everything, but, all right. But you're good. You're absolutely good. Especially with the Eight of Wands in the heart of your spread. I mean, that is just gold. That's gold in there. Everything aligning for you. All your passions, all your, even ideas that you have. A lot of contract stuff happening for y'all. Mercury's going to be going into your sign as well. There's a lot happening for you. So let's go ahead and break it down. And I'm sorry, I lost a cushion on my seat, so I keep going up and down. But did I? Yeah. Okay. So let's do it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the key dates that I want you to pay attention to throughout the year. Okay. Now we're going to start with January, February, and March. January. Very first thing that is happening is on March 4th, Mars is moving into Capricorn. This, I feel, is going to be so nice for you, especially because Mercury's in Capricorn too, and Mercury's no longer retrograde at this point. Now, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so it's like Mars loves being in Capricorn, and this is all in your 5th house of creativity and pleasure and love and romance and procreation too. A lot of y'all could be having babies around this time. Yeah. Okay. So they're wanting them. Okay. And then what I love about this is all leading up to January 11th. Okay. New moon in Capricorn. This is an amazing new moon. I absolutely love Jupiter and Saturn in the background. Pluto is actually conjuncting this new moon too. So again, a lot of it's almost like things kick off in January in this really auspicious way for y'all. Because remember also Capricorn is a fellow, earth sign, just like you, BFF. So it's really nice energy. And then the big thing is January 20th when Pluto moves into Aquarius. Again, we are going to talk about that a lot more later. But the best day of the month, okay, is January 28th. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. 1, Venus trining Jupiter. Again, this is absolutely amazing. Venus has gone into Capricorn at this point too, by the way. Okay. And so again, that's your 5th house of love and pleasure and romance, creativity, self-expression. And so Venus trining Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, good luck, prosperity. This is a great day for love and money. And, if you are single, great for first dates. Now, one of the other reasons why is because on the same day, Mercury will trine Uranus. And so amazing. This is Uranus, all about surprises and breakthroughs. Trines are very auspicious aspects between these 2 planets, and Mercury being your ruling planet is really nice. So this is really great. The 3rd reason why January 28th is the best day of the month is because it is my birthday. So Virgo, February. Now, the day that I want you to know, February 13th, again, remember how I said with Pluto, it's like, are you going to own me or are you going to fear me, right? So it's how you move with these energies, right? So this is really one of those days with 2 very powerful planets, Mars conjuncting Pluto. Remember I said it's the year of conjunctions. So this is, there is again that middle child energy. That middle child can be a little rebellious. So there could be a little rebellious energy here. But at the same time, it's just high energy and it's how you handle the energies around this time. And so just remember, this could really have something to do with it really could have something to do with just like it could have something to do with work. It could have something to do with, it's just everyday, something in your everyday activity, but with Mars being there, it really something money related for sure. Now the other day that's really that I want you to pay attention to is February 24th. We actually have a full moon in your sign, Virgo. And so it's going to be a little interesting because Saturn will conjunct the sun, but oppose Mercury, your ruling planet. I do like the fact that Jupiter will be trining the full moon. So it can be a little challenging, but there's that luck there. So it's happening just a few days after Venus conjuncting Mars. So that is really nice. And you know what happens when Venus and Mars gets together. And don't forget that Venus isn't just love. It's beauty, it's money, it's creativity. So sex, so Venus represents a lot of different things. Those are the key dates that I want you to know for February. Now, when we get to March, the best day of March. Oh, by the way, February 21st is the best day. Venus conjuncting Mars for y'all. Now, in March, the best day would be March 1st. This is when the sun is going to sextile Jupiter. This is definitely the best day of the month, but there is another day of the month that I also really love. But this is really great. This is when you may start getting hints of like the future, the rest of 2024 for you. But there's going to be a lot of changes in April too, but really good ones. But this is just kind of like getting a footing. Now, the sun is going to be in Pisces at this time. So again, partnerships, relationships, and then Jupiter, good luck, good fortune, prosperity. Like, so this, again, is just a wonderful day in general. One day that I do want you to also note is that we do have on March 10th that new moon in Pisces. Again, partnerships and relationships for you. Some of y'all could be starting a new job or have started a new relationship. If you're in a relationship, taking it to the next level, doing something with your partner that is, solidifying a relationship. And then on the 11th, just the day after, Venus moves into Pisces, where Venus is exalted in Pisces. So now you see that we have Venus, Saturn, and Neptune in Pisces, right? And the moon. I mean, this is just like amazing. So I really, really love that for you. Now, when we get to the 25th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. This one's the most, I would say it's pretty serious compared to the other ones. And I don't want you to think like in a bad way. It's just like more... full moons, they, illuminate, they bring closure to things. And so this is when I feel like some of y'all are going to start leaving or thinking about leaving your jobs for new jobs if you are here for career. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. And it could also be partnership, relationship. Again, it's something that has to do with that because Libra is a native ruler of partnerships and relationships. But really nice that the 28th Venus sextiles Uranus right after. Like, this is a day where you could meet your soulmate, okay, if you are single. But anyway, so you see that January, February, March, we are kicking it off with a lot of great aspects. So let's see what's going on for you, Virgo, for January, February, and March, the first season, the first quarter of 2024. Okay, look at you. So this is very interesting. You got the Devil, you got Seven of Cups, and you got the Six of Pentacles. So everything that I just said earlier is showing up here. Well, the Devil, interestingly, remember how I said there's, even in your spread, letting some things go, especially the things that you know are not serving you well, and things that you know you need to just like hit the road, Jack, right? Like kick it to the curb. The Devil, it really feels like energy, vampire energy, especially with all that, like the Devil is Capricorn. And so January and February, we have all those planets in Capricorn. And so remember that I said that is your fifth house of pleasure. So there could be a sense of you overindulging in a lot of things too. So keep that in mind, because the Devil is more like, it's like a trap, right? It's like dangling this carrot of like trying to seduce you to the dark side. Like, the Devil represents vices, pessimistic thinking, bad behaviors, addictions, things like that. But you do see the two people here from the Lover's card, right? So again, partnerships and relationships. There could be something like even like maybe you recognizing around this time, hey, my boss is really toxic. I need to leave this. Or so whatever resonates with you, there's just something where you're just like, I know this is not good for me. Got to kick it to the curb. Now, you got the Seven of Cups. Very interesting. I want you to be very communicative around this time too, especially with all this, what's happening for the first half of with January, February, March, and especially with the Seven of Cups not showing up, which is Venus in Scorpio. And so that really is, that's in your third house of communication. But it's the reason I say that is because this is where it says, okay, kicking something to the curb, you really have to, you could also feel a little drained around, because it just seems like with Pluto going into Aquarius, that could be like a lot of work, right? And a lot of y'all could be overworking. And so even like that is in itself is like Devil energy. Okay. But then once you do, it looks like you're having options come through. Just know what you want. All right. Just know what you want. All these cups are different. All right. So it doesn't mean you can't have it all. You absolutely can. But there's going to be a little bit of sense of like, there may be something coming to an end with that lunar eclipse. And so from that point, you're just like, okay, what's the next step toward my path to enlightenment? And then there you go. You have the Six of Pentacles. Amazing. If you're a subscriber, you know this is one of my favorite cards because this is a card of sharing, of gratitude, of generosity. And especially, if you feel like at this point, you don't feel supported, you're going to be getting it now. If you feel like, if you do, for instance, like leave a job, it's like you're going to get one. This is also like you sharing the wealth in Pentacles, remember, earthbound, right? So your physical reality. So it doesn't even have to be like you sharing wealth as in like donating to charities or whatnot, but sharing your wealth in like knowledge, sharing, the wealth that you have in your life with others. But I really like the flow of the Six of Pentacles, and it's such a great card. And six is the heart of the tree of life. So a lot of harmony. You even see the scale in the man's hand. So really understanding that balance between giving and receiving as well. Again, don't work so hard, right? Have that balance. Now, moving on, April, May, and June. On April 1st, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, okay? And so Mercury will be retrograde until 2028. April Fools. That was really bad. Now, April 3rd, I really love this day for you. So Mercury is only retrograde for like 2.5 weeks. On the 3rd, Venus is going to conjunct Neptune. Absolutely amazing day. This day is just going to feel like a fairy tale. I really 1000% love this. Now, the bigger days though, April 8th, new moon total solar eclipse in Aries. This is absolutely amazing. So this is you coming out on stage and everyone seeing you. This is not, by the way, if you live in the US or Canada, please go see this eclipse. This is a total eclipse is rare for us in this part of the world to see. The last one was, I think, 2016, 2017. I went to it, like my friend and I, we went to Nashville to see it, to get in it was in the path of the eclipse. But sure, it lasts like 2 minutes, but it is such an amazing celestial event that is rare. So I would highly encourage you to mark that in your calendar and try to just Google where the path of the eclipse is, so you can see if you're near it, or where you can travel to. But anyway, this is very, very insane. Like Mars will sextile Jupiter and Uranus. There's a lot of abundance around here, and again, this is your 8th house of transformation. So you are going through some personal transformations around this time. And then again, it's shared resources, other people's resources. So you could have a boon in money. There could be like inheritance that you get, like I said, or investment. Something really takes off around this time, something that you're investing in, bonuses, commissions. Now, this is where things get so good. Okay, now the 19th and 20th, we're listen to what's happening. So on the 19th, we officially move into Taurus season, but listen to what's happening this day. Mercury is going to conjunct Venus, Mars is going to sextile Jupiter, and then Mars is also going to sextile Uranus. So is this one of the luckiest days of the year? Yes. Is this one of the most auspicious days of the year? Yes. This is one of those days where it's like you could be at the right place at the right time, just out of pure luck, and get something. Like, it's so nice. Now, on the 20th, though, that is when we have the Jupiter conjuncting Uranus and Taurus. The day of the year it's rare. 13 years. It's been 13 years, 14 years. Now, best day of the year, hands down. Just expect a new life direction, huge breakthrough around this time. Also, remember, whenever I talk about these aspects, there are just points in time. You could feel it weeks before. You could feel it months after. Remember, Jupiter and Uranus are outer planets, so they're slower moving planets. So like
For instance, Mercury and Venus, which are fast moving planets, when they conjunct, like you'll feel it for like a day or two. But these are like, you may feel this for a while. So, but this is the peak. So yes, you can absolutely have something happen around this day. So I really love this. And then just mark 19th, 20th in your calendar. This is when the big shift happens in your life. And again, this is in your ninth house of spirituality, higher mind, publishing, long distance travel, your belief system, your philosophies. But again, it's just a rare day of luck. Now, also mark the 29th. Venus is entering Taurus. Venus is in its home sign in Taurus, its domicile. But the day after, Mars is entering Aries. Mars is in its domicile in Aries. So now Venus and Mars are in their home signs at the end of April. Buckle your seatbelts. This is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So keep that in mind. Now, when we get to May, this is when, a lot of people will say this is the best day of the month. Okay. A lot of people will say this is the best day of the month. It is a really good day. I'm not gonna lie. It's or a month. It is really, really nice. So what do we have? May 7th. We have a new moon in Taurus. It's one of the best new moons of the year. I absolutely love this new moon. Think about this one, like new moon in Taurus. We have Venus in Taurus. We have Uranus in Taurus. We have the sun in Taurus. I mean, this is just a Jupiter in Taurus, right? So this is just really great. Remember, with new moons, you want to like plant seeds and start new beginnings and, really ascend in certain areas of your life. Now, on May 18th, mark this down. This is when we have the Cazimi, the sun conjuncting Jupiter. Luckiest day of the year. Okay. The luckiest day of the year. So please use this day to your advantage. Remember I said earlier, there's this new moon in Sagittarius I really love. It's actually a full moon in Sagittarius, and it is in May, and it's on May 23rd. Full moon in Sagittarius. Same day, May 23rd, Venus moves into Gemini. Venus conjuncts Jupiter. Venus sextiles Neptune, and then Jupiter sextiles Neptune. Is this one of the best full moons of the year? It may be the best full moon of the year. I absolutely love this full moon. And so again, when you look at the math of what's happening month by month, at this point in May, a lot of y'all, if you're looking for it, will be in starting to be in the best career job role or whatnot that you've had since 2012, because just a few days after the 25th, that's when Jupiter enters Gemini, in your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, honors, achievements, all of that. So very, 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 and of course, we'll talk a lot more about this when we get to the monthly readings. Now, June, mark it down, June 2nd, Jupiter trine Pluto. This is the biggest, best money day of the year. Money, finances, a lot of success around this day. So definitely take action. Another reason why it is really great is because Mercury will sextile Neptune. And so this is just like, the easiest way to explain it is like when your intuition and your intellect are both heightened, but kind of like hug. Okay. So I really love this day. Another really great day of the month will be on the 4th, Mercury conjuncting Jupiter. So remember, on the 3rd, actually, Mercury moves into Gemini and then remember, Jupiter's in Gemini. And so this Mercury conjunct Jupiter in your 10th house of career, this is one of those days where you better sign a contract if it's presented to you. This is a day of luck, growth, expansion. So for you, yeah, definitely one of the best days of the month. But we're not done yet. We're not done. On June 6th, we have a new moon in Gemini. And then remember, we have the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter in Gemini in your 10th house. So you see how you have so many opportunities to start the best job, the best career path, milestones already since 2012. So I absolutely love this for you. And actually, yeah, you know what? on the 4th, when I was talking about Mercury conjunct Jupiter, what makes that day also really amazing is because we have a Venus cazimi the same day, and Mercury will trine Pluto that same day. So when I say this is an insane day, especially for you, like this is an insane day. So you can see you have so many great days. Now, when we come to the 8th, Mars is going to move into Taurus, and that just kind of slows things down a little bit because Mars, remember, has just been in Aries, and that's like boom, 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 boom. All right, so you may feel a little bit of slowdown, but I love what's happening between June. I love what's happening between June 17th to the 21st. I'm going to tell you why. June 17th, Mercury is going to conjunct Venus. And both Mercury and Venus move into Cancer at this time. Now, on the 20th, we move into Cancer season. That's the same day as the summer solstice, okay? And winter in the southern hemisphere. And then the day after, on the 21st, we have a full moon in Cancer. Now, why is this relevant to you, Virgo? All this activity in Cancer is in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. Amazing. So January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, so yeah, now let's see what's going on for you for April, May, and June. Again, the 3 biggest months, and there you go. 9 of Swords, High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles. So there is going to be a sense of, again, with the 9 of Swords coming up, it really is just like, y'all are getting new jobs. If you love your job now, you may just be ascending, like getting promoted, or do you know what I mean? Like there's gonna be movement with career. Again, if you're not career, it's how you want to be perceived with the public and all that. But this is a Gemini card, okay? So 9 of Swords, Gemini. Actually, it is Mars and Gemini, but and Mars is really active, but. Again, that is your 10th house. And remember, there's all this activity in Gemini anyway. But if you're not here for a career or any of that public recognition or honors, achievements, this is just really just saying that still, like at this point, let things go, okay? Let things go, especially if they're like really affecting you. And Virgos, you know that you have a tend to overanalyze things. I can attest. My mom is a Virgo. I'm a Virgo moon, which is, so I get it. But look who comes to save the day. Like you have the High Priestess. So trust your intuition. That's the biggest thing of all. Trusting your intuition. She only comes out when she needs to just tell you, hey, you're doing great, but trust your intuition. You know, the High Priestess is, associated with the moon, right? And in astrology, the moon is ruled by Cancer, right? So and remember, we're moving into Cancer season, all this activity in Cancer. You even see like sliver of the moon at her feet, her headdress, the different phases of the moon. And so it really is going within to, it's like, if you are feeling any stress or self-doubt or, any of those like low energy frequencies where it's like, you're like, again, you see, he's got his hands over his face. He can't see where he's going. Right. And then you have the 10 of Swords here. So, but this again, for me feels like more of an ending of something, but even still, it's just saying go within. Okay. That's going to make all the difference. And once you do that, you're in tune with like your intuition, and everything's so much better when you're in touch with your intuition. And then there you go. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So when I say a big money year, when I say a lot of y'all are going to have new careers, when I say there's going to be a lot of shifts in that, there's your affirmation. Ace of Pentacles. You even see the golden pathway here with the archway. I mean, it really is this new gateway that's happening for you. It's like this is the biggest pentacle on the deck, and aces again usher in new change, new beginnings, new paths, new journeys. So with that said, get excited for that. Now when we get to July, oh wow, we on July 5th, that new moon in Cancer. Oh my goodness. I already told you, and that's your 11th house, your hopes and wishes. It's also your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. But Oh, I love this new moon in Cancer. I mean, definitely please plant some seeds around this time. Mars will be very harmonious here. I really love this. I mean, it is one of the best days of July. Another best day for you is, this day really depends on how you use it. But on the 15th, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus. Now, this is again like it just is like a little. Uranus is a ruling planet for Aquarius, which is very independent, okay? And then Mars can get a little aggressive. And with this conjunction, there's kind of like this rebellious flair to it, kind of like a my way or the highway kind of energy. So again, it's how you use it, but it is a really good day if you use it to your advantage. And then on the 20, oh, actually, sorry. No, that's okay, and then on the 25th, July 25th, Mercury moves into your sign. All right, so a lot of you just feeling really good, feeling like everything making sense for you. You coming up with like really brilliant like Einstein ideas. So really love that for you. And then when we get to August, the day that I love, okay, so one of the best days, August 7th, Sun sextiling Jupiter. This is actually the best day of the month, okay, with the fact that Mercury is going to conjunct Venus the same day. So this is a really good time to like socialize. You may feel really social. A lot of magic could happen with the people that you're socializing with around this time. And it can be with people from the past because Mercury will actually go retrograde on the 4th, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, August 15th. So we have a Mars square Saturn. This is when things can get a little challenging when it does come to like a partnership relationship. But remember, this is just, we'll talk about it more. It can be a kind of a tough time with a Jupiter squaring Saturn around that time as well. And so this is just when, again, remember I said the first 6 months of 2024 are so much better than the last 6 months, but now we're getting into those squares. Now we're getting into the like a lot of retrogrades as well. Okay, but on the 22nd, happy birthday! We move into Virgo season, and I do love the 29th for y'all. Venus trining Pluto. Okay. This is, again, really, really nice. This is just your passions heightened, a lot of love energy, a lot of money energy, but also, again, some relationship stuff here too, because Venus moves into Libra, which is very nice. All right. So, now we get to September. This is when we start getting really heavily into like opposition squares, retrogrades, not like crazy, but, it's just more notable here. The best day would be September 14th when Venus trines Jupiter. Again, one of those days where, I mean, Venus and Jupiter just amazing benefic planets. So mark that in your calendar. Remember, this can definitely be something with like career related, because remember, Venus is in Libra at this time, and this is your second house of money, and Venus represents money as well. Then on the 17th, we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces. I actually really like this lunar eclipse in Pisces, and again, this is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Now, on let me see. Okay, those are it. So July, August, September. Let's see what's going on for you for July, August, and oh, Uranus goes retrograde. Oh, well, that flipped over. So I'll use that as a clarifier, but so yeah, again, this is when we start having retrograde. So July, August, and September. Very interesting. So I do love the fact that you got strength. Again, strength is card 8. This is really amazing because we are in Leo season at this point. This card is ruled by Leo. I love that it is all about that strength. Look at how it comes up. So I love that this came up as a clarifier, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, let me tell you now. The card ruled by Leo. Remember, Leo is your 12th house, subconscious. So you may be starting to get into your head a little bit more than you would believe, like more than you want. Especially because look, you got the Two of Swords and the Hermit, and so yeah, a lot of deep diving around this time, which is really good for you because there's so much happening for you. It's almost like kind of nice, this slowdown, but just really going within. Again, something that may have to do with money, something that could have to do with partnerships. This card is attributed to Moon in Libra, all right? And so you do see the sliver of the moon there. Just trust your intuition. I think you're going to be fine because you got the Hermit, your card, okay? The Hermit ruled by Virgo. And so, as you know, we're in Virgo season too. And so this is very, very nice. It's really just like now there may be a point where you have to go within to really think about your future moving forward. And you're going to be absolutely fine because you got Queen of Swords. So not only did you get the Two of Swords, you got the Queen of Swords, both Libra cards, okay? Both Libra cards. And we are going to be approaching a lot of Libra activity, especially with the solar eclipse coming up. But this is you just being really headstrong. Once you do that deep dive, you come out on top, seeking that truth, that honesty, that fairness. Remember, you already got the Ace of Swords here. Like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be 1000% fine. So let's see what's going on for you for October, November, and December, Virgo. So October, yep, oh, wait. Did I miss a month? No, I didn't. Okay. So October, we kick it off on October 2nd with a new moon solar eclipse in Libra. I actually really love this new moon solar eclipse in Libra. Venus is conjuncting Uranus. This is a game-changing eclipse, okay? Very game-changing. So really big surprising news could happen around this time. Think about maybe even like what happened in October 2023 when we had the new moon solar eclipse in Libra. But other day that I really love is Venus trining Saturn. And the reason why I love this for you particularly, and this is October 4th, this is like enduring, long-lasting love. Like this kind of aspect. This is a day where you can meet your soulmate if you are single. This is where you could recognize like someone you're dating, someone you're seeing is your soulmate, or relationship that you're in. Now, remember, this can also be career. Remember, Venus trining Saturn, your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So it can be career, it can be love. All right. So I do love that for you. Oh, and then October 13th, Sun trining Jupiter. Best day. Okay. This is the best day of the month. And we only have one Sun trining Jupiter, and this is going to happen on October 13th. It normally, typically twice a year. We have it once this year, but again, very auspicious aspect, very auspicious. Now, November, I really, really, really love November 4th, Sun trine Saturn. So again, this is a day where Saturn, sure, taskmaster planet of responsibility, but it has that commitment energy. So again, another day to give something like longevity. It's a really good day to plant seeds too. I know it's not a new moon, but definitely use this day to your advantage. Now another day that, November 30th. I do love the new moon in Sagittarius. Actually, I do. Yeah, some of y'all are going to be moving around this time or buying property or something. Yeah, keep that in mind. All right. Now, in December, this is when Mars goes retrograde. So again, don't worry about this for now. This is a whole year from now. But the best day of this month that I really love is the full moon in Gemini. That's going to happen in the 15th. Again, this is one where it's conjuncting Jupiter, first of all. And then Mars and Mercury is in really great alignment. So really love this one. The best day of the month would be the 19th, December 19th, when Venus trines Jupiter. Really absolutely amazing. There are some aspects around this month where it's just like really rethinking a lot of things, but those are great. Like Venus trine Jupiter on the 19th. So nice. But again, I also love that it's coming after the full moon in Gemini. So let's see what's going on for you for October, November, and December. Oh my gosh, you're good. Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Empress. Virgo. So you got the pair. Queen of Cups. And the difference between the king and the queen, queens, their energies, their powers are more internal. So she has this like more like maternal energy around her, a lot of love to get. She leads with her heart. Like you are going to be in this place where there is, looking at your, actually everything that's happening for you and what's been happening. Yes, you are going to have this like ramp up to your intuition and even spiritual growth. Now you've got the Ace of Wands. So remember, when I say plant seeds, you better plant some seeds. Looks like there is something new. And remember, there are so many. 2024 comprises a lot of different cycles, huge cycles. So again, there's something. I'm getting more of a feeling of like more ascension, but also new beginnings as aces do. And as you know, you have 3 aces, which is huge here. I absolutely love that for you. And then lastly, the Empress. You're good. You're absolutely fine. The Empress, a goddess. This is you just living life through pleasure, passion. It's almost like if you do go through like a place of like just like really being on your head a lot, you're good. You're going to be fine by the end of the year. Even through these tough aspects, it's almost like, you know, with you working hard and you going, you know, letting things go, which could be some of the challenging things for you. It's almost like after that's done, like you're good. Like nothing it's like water off a Virgo's back, right? And so you're going to be fine. The Emperor, you even see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart here, right? So remember, that's what you wanted. You got the 9 of with her wearing the gown of the symbol of Venus, like it's what you wanted and you're getting it. And so this is she holds a golden scepter that, you know, creates all this abundance. So abundance, wealth, money, even like some of y'all could have children for sure. Yeah, it really is going to be, yeah, some of y'all could have kids with the, yeah. But and the Empress is pregnant. But anyway, this is just, again, just living life to the fullest and having all this abundance in your life. But also like a lot of new direction happening toward the end of the year that's continuing for you. I love this. Virgo, you're amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.